Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. It's Zero Quirks Legends Gaming Black Desert Mobile. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. Happy Hump Day, happy Wednesday, happy post patch. So, a lot of stuff to get to tonight. Here's what we got planned. Atumach is in about 20 minutes, so we're definitely going to do that at the top of the hour as soon as I can get a team put together. Um, and then we'll do Garmoth when it opens up an hour after that. And in between, and I think right now what I'll do is I'll try to do a few more ranked arena placements before we get into Atumach, and then and where we have a big discussion um, that I want to have in regards to the changes that happened yesterday and what it means for the game. My take on it. Now, I have not looked through everything yet. I've read through the patch notes just once, so I've not done like a deep dive and really thought through like what all the changes mean. So part of it will be a discovery along the way for me as well. But I think there will be a lot of things to discuss. Now, one of the things that I will do when we get into the discussion is we'll talk about the new materials that are needed um, for Node Wars, and then we'll also talk about what some of the changes that I thought would happen with the Node War changes, what changes they actually did do, and and we'll see how good I was at predicting some of the gameplay changes that they made for Node Wars. That being said, let me take a look. I can't remember if I okay. I need a lot more knots. All right. So we got about 20 minutes. Let's do a couple of normal arena warm-ups. And then we'll go into ranked arena and see how many matches we can get done. Nice, nice. Gotta get away. Gotta away. Oh, ooh, barely. One more and then ranked arena. Ah, messed up my rotation. All right, here's what I realized. One of the things that I still need to work on is getting my skill levels to 10 on my Mystic here. Oh, well, I'm screwed. All right. Messed up my rotation. Okay. Well, let's hope I don't have to wait too long for these matches. Otherwise, it's going to be boring. Come on, people. Ranked arena. Please don't tell me I have to wait until the end of the month. Dear Pearl Abyss, please improve ranked arena matchmaking. think I'm also going to do Atumach on my main as well. Well, let me just get one more ranked arena match. Please. Please. Please, bro, please. All right. All right. Going down. Okay. Hang on just a sec. You go. There's a damn bug flying around somewhere. And just my luck, it is going to fly like right in front of me in the middle of an important part. Ugh. Anyways. There it is. Hang on. I did not get it. Came straight from my face. As long as it doesn't fly in my mouth. Ew. Ew. Ooh, I'll need to do Pog after Atumach. Did I complete the Soryu mission? Okay, wait. Okay. Kimchi jjigae. I missed out on the kimchi jjigae. Damn. Um, all right. I've got a big announcement. Where is that link? Good morning, Yang. All right, so okay. Um, well, I was going to have a major announcement, but now I don't know if if it's right. Um, okay. Sorry, guys. All right. Is Opal? Are you watching? Get away here, bug! Get away! Arr. Oh, you stole the elephant. Sorry, I was typing. All right, let's see. Yeah, they got the black leopard. All right, come on. Fourth and fifth are tied. Great. Bad time to die. Good job. All right. All right. So Yang, I'll go over that in a moment. Um, all right. So I just got some um, great information from the Perlibus team. For those of you who live in the United States, you may have remembered me mentioning this last month when this event came out. Okay. And if you remember, I said that there was a problem with the event as it was currently as it was released, and that's because the rules that they had put out there stated that you needed to make a purchase at its boba time to enter in the special coupon code. However, that is no longer the case. They have now changed the event to a true sweepstakes where you don't have to make a purchase in order to enter. Now, it is still limited to the United States because they're only going to ship whatever the giveaways are to the United States. So, if you currently reside in the United States and you want to get in all the sweepstakes, I put that link in the sweepstakes. Can you pretend you're in the US and have a prize if you and have it sent to your family in the United States? Now, according to the rules, delivery of physical prizes will only be available for those residing in the United States. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but if I parse those words carefully, this delivery of physical prizes. It does not say that winners have to be residents of the United States. It only says delivery can be made to residents in the United States. It does not specify that the winner and the resident have to be the same person. So they will ship it to somewhere in the United States. If you're able to get it shipped from somewhere in the United States to wherever you are, that's that's not that's not their problem, right? Once they've sent it out to the address that is provided, that's it. And also, you only have tonight to enter. Tonight is the last night that you can enter the sweepstakes. Is this different giveaway or did they change the giveaway policy? They changed the giveaway policy. If you remember my stream, I said the problem that they had with the sweepstakes was that it wasn't a sweepstakes because it required a purchase. Well, now they made it so that you don't need a purchase. What's up, Warchild? All right. So a month ago, Warchild, um, they announced a sweepstakes. And the sweepstakes is giving away. Well, you can do the it's Boba time code. The coupon code is the coupon code that's also in the post. Taste of Adventure. And in fact, if you take a look at that, you'll see that you can do that as well. And that was a big major change that they made. And that was an important change that they made because giveaway laws, sweepstakes laws, specifically calling it a sweepstakes, you could not require a purchase or a major consideration. A major consideration can also mean a significant investment other than money, could be time. So, like, if the requirement for that entry was still you had to go visit It's Boba Time, well, guess what? I don't have any It's Boba Time near me. So it would require a lot of time and money in order to visit. So their way around it was just use the coupon code that they gave away in the giveaway post, Taste of Adventure, as the coupon code for that. and you can get that entry as well. If you want a reminder of the things that they are giving away, they're giving away Black Spirit plushies. They're giving away 5 of those mobile controllers, the ones where you put the phone in the middle and you've got the controllers on both sides of it. I used to have one of those a long time ago. It was a cheap one, and I remember I loved having it because it just made playing Arena on an actual mobile device just so much better. They're giving away a PS5, an AMD Radeon RX 6600 video card, and an AMD Ryzen 9 7950 X3D. That 7950 is on par with the 4000 series RTXs. Shipment cost has increased for the US. That means there's no reason for Asian, is it US BDM streams? Well, this is just for the sweepstakes. But for the regular monthly giveaway coupon codes, yes. Like, that's different, yeah. Yeah. So the regular the coupon codes that we give away for the monthly creator giveaway, that's still the same. The giveaway I'm talking about is specifically the link that I sent, the sweepstakes. So if you want a chance to win potentially a graphics card, AMD Ryzen 9, well, AMD Ryzen 9 is a CPU. The Radeon 6600 is on par with, actually, I think the 6600 is on par with the 3080s. But it's really that PS5. That's the gold. That's the gold standard of the giveaway there. Yeah, the Radeon RX 6600. That's a good GPU. I mean, how much is that going for now? It's about $200. You think it's comparable to a 3060? I mean, I'm guessing it's probably more comparable to a 3070 or a 3080 because it's only 8 GB. It's got better GPU architecture, less memory. The 3060s, which is what I have a 3060, is is a 12 gigabyte graphics card, but its GPU architecture is not as good. So slower flops, more memory. Which actually works out better for me anyways. I feel like these days if you ever really want to stream anything from your computer, you need a 12 gigabyte graphics card. Especially if you're doing anything that is like graphics heavy. All right. So I'll summarize all of this just so that it'll be just clear and concise. Last month in August, Pearl Abyss announced a sweepstakes in partnership with It's Boba Time, where originally they said if you visited It's Boba Time location and you made a purchase, there would be a special coupon code there, and you would be able to enter that code into the sweepstakes for a chance to win AMD Ryzen 9 CPU, Radeon 6600 graphics card, a PS5, and some other possible prizes. After I informed them that sweepstakes cannot require a purchase, they made some changes, and they changed it so that a purchase is no longer required. And the coupon code that you put in, instead of you can still go to It's Boba Time and get a coupon code from there. Do it. That's great. If you don't have a coupon code from It's Boba Time, you can use the coupon code that they released along with this partnership, which if you look at the post on the BDM website, is Taste of Adventure. Now, when they released this sweepstakes, they said it was going to run from August 21st to September 20th, 11:59 Pacific Standard Time. Today is September 20th. Tonight is the last night you can enter the sweepstakes. So, if you want a chance to win possible PS5, they're also giving away 5 mobile controllers, as well as Blacksberry plushies. Go ahead and you can check out the announcement post that I just posted into chat there, or you can also go ahead and go to that link there to enter into the sweepstakes directly. Now, the rules for the sweepstakes is that they will only deliver physical prizes to the US. So the way I interpret it is this: if you provide a US shipping address, they will ship the prize to you if you win. If you don't happen to live in the United States, I mean, I don't know what that would be like. Well, basically, it means you have to figure out how to get it from that US address to somewhere else, to wherever it needs to go. So, there you go. Link is in the chat. If you want a chance to win, go ahead and go there and visit, and um, make sure you take an opportunity to thank Pearl Abyss for the opportunity. And if you win a PS5, it's mine. You're welcome, everybody. Because if I had not mentioned to them that they can't have it, you would not be able to enter it unless you visited its booth. So you can all thank me. Yeah, don't forget to give a PS5 to me as thanks. Yes. Oh, Outlich actually read the fine print. Ooh, that means War Child, you can enter. And Puff, you can enter too. Canada is in there. Yep. Thanks for reading the fine print. I actually flipped over to it and I'm reading that now. I mean, get in there. And you're welcome. All right. So that being said, let's talk Node War Renewal. Okay. Now, here's how I'm going to go through it. We'll read through the patch notes and see what the changes that they made. Then we're going to talk about the new tools that they created for Node Wars and what you're going to need to do in order to be able to contribute to your guild for the new node war process. Okay? Now, number one, they made a lot of changes that I think are really, really good for smaller guilds. But they're going to start off with manufacture for siege weapons. Okay? So Yang mentioned that this was coming, and it came with the node war updates, right? You can build 3 different kinds of cannons: the Shroud Knights cannon, Catan Army cannon, and the Valencia cannon. Now, the Shroud Knights cannon does more damage against adventurers. Catan Army cannon does more damage against the node war tools. And the Valencia cannon, which requires, a manufacturer's certificate. Basically, it's like Patricio delivery or the food delivery. If you're one of the top however many, you get the certificate, and then you can build the special Valencia cannon. The Valencia cannon does extra damage to both adventurers and node tools. Okay? Now, when manufacturer was first added, they were able to craft some items needed for progression. This is a much more useful use of manufacturing. Okay? The number of basic cannons that can be summoned will be adjusted according to the maximum number of participants for each node. Okay? Now, what you need to do is you, as a player, will need to manufacture a cannon and go to your guild and donate it to the guild. Okay? So if you take a look, you'll see there are 3 new buttons in Node War. Okay? Yellow, orange, and red, coinciding with the types of cannons they are. Catan is the orange one, I believe. Yes. Shroud Knights is yellow, Catan is orange, and red is Valencia. A weapon. Okay. Double the damage against adventurers, double the damage to node objects, and double the damage to adventurers and node objects. So, these cannons, they do double the damage. That means it is going to be critical for a competitive guild to have these available for node wars. In fact, it is likely that for a majority of node wars, the Catan Army cannon and the number that are available to a guild is going to be the difference maker between winning and losing for most guilds. Let me say that again. It is likely that the Catan Army cannon is going to be the difference maker in node wars. Any competitive guild have any chance at winning, they're going to need to have those Catan Army cannons. So why am I saying why not Shroud Knights cannon or the Valencia cannon? Well, Valencia cannon, of course, will be better. Like, this is Whale Guild stuff, right? In order to maximize what you can get for the Valencia cannon, it's going to be really, really difficult. In fact, I shouldn't say it's not a whale cannon, because whales actually will have just as hard of a time in getting enough points for the Valencia cannon unless they sacrifice. Well, no, it's what they have to donate can only be made by the stuff that is available in Node Map. Just a moment, guys. Ugh. Die! Die, you fly! Sorry, had to get violent with an insect. I lost my train of thought. Oh, yes, okay. So the Catan Army Cannon is going to be the difference maker. Because it is going to be difficult to get the coupon for the Valencia cannon. Okay? So manufacturer delivery, this is how you earn the points to get the royal certificate, right? Lucy Benkin now won't just take your food, but will take other things you can donate. Okay, manufacturer delivery. You acquire set delivery points depending on the types of manufacturer items you deliver. You will get rewards every Monday, like you do the Merchant Union delivery. You can deliver manufacturer items purchased from the market. Okay, so that is the only way Wales will be able to get around it. Shroud Knight's cannons, Catan Army Cannon, and Abyssal Dark Matter Stones can be delivered. So only the two cannons and the Abyssal Dark Matter Stones, all of those things you have to create through manufacture. Right? So you can't just buy them, you have to manufacture. The delivery scores will reset every Monday at 0. Adventurers rank 1 through 10 will get the Royal Manufacturer Certificate. It will be valid for 6 days after acquisition. You can craft 1 Valencia cannon per day while the certificate is valid. So they limit it. So you can't. So even if you save up a whole bunch of materials, you can only make 1 per day, and it must be on the character to craft the item. The daily limit is shared across family. So you can't have it on one character and put it on another and hoping that the other character can make it. No. And it is the most powerful cannon. Okay. Now you'll get rewards. Now, the other problem here is these are not cheap to make. So here is the other thing that whale guilds are going to do. They are going to set up their alts to do node management, and they're going to manufacture as many as they can on their alts as well as on their mains and sell those on the markets in hope that they are able to buy it off the market themselves. Now, what that also means is that if you keep a close eye on the market, there is a potential for you to snipe it before somebody else can buy it. So, put in a 10 billion order. Will it always fulfill an order before it's listed on the market? Okay. So that's the only way that the whales would be able to get it, is by overbidding. I think the PA should nerf the Void Ice crafting to Eternal to 20. I would not be surprised if they nerf the Void Ice crafting in the coming months. But I think they're going to wait a while to do that, Warchild, because next week is the Land of the Morning Light, and what comes with Land of the Morning Light? The next tier of gear, right? So they're going to milk that for a while before making those changes. Weaponized, I hope not. They are not soon, but they are. They're either going to have to nerf the amount, or they're going to have to increase the drop rate, or give out more for free. And I say that because of the catch up required for new players, right? So remember, they made a big stride recently with seasonal characters, and the new season starts next week too. So um, I mean, they're going to do that at some point in time. It's going to be one or the other: increase the drop rate or reduce the number. I mean, if you remember, they did that for Pink Gear, right? They reduced the amount of dim frags that was required to go to Pink Gear. So I don't think that's out of the question. Now, all of the cannon stuff. So do all members have to craft cannons? No. But the more cannons that are available, the higher the probability that your guild will have a chance at winning Node War. Okay? Now, this most recent Node War update changes a lot of things. And here in the commentary it says, as mentioned at the Hideout Ball, several changes were made to Node War, so it's difficult to aim for victory even upon successful bidding if there weren't enough guild members to compete in a Node War or the CP was too low. We've limited the max number of participants. And in addition, a new reward system will be applied. You can obtain medals of honors upon defeat or victory in Node War and Siege Wars. More medals of honors will be rewarded to the winning guild. These medals of honors can be exchanged for items you needed from the guild fortress. Guild rewards were also added. We've added Tier 1 and Tier 2 for Hidden Banquet Hall, which can be the objective for a guild. Strong unity between guild members is required to occupy nodes that will be the next Hidden Banquet Hall. Now, there's a new boss in the Hidden Banquet Hall as well, and they've increased the experience and rewards for existing Banquet Hall, the Hidden Outer Castle, making them more meaningful objectives. And this is a massive improvement to the guild-based PvP. Now, let me give you 3 reasons why. Number one is what they were talking about: participation. If you're a new player, you might join a guild early on, and that they might not have as many active players to really compete for a node. But now there are nodes where the maximum number of participants per guild is 15. So that means if you have 15 active players, you have a chance at competing for those nodes. Now that's also on top of the fact that random tier 1 and tier 2 nodes will be CP capped and they will be rotated. Okay, so tier 1 node CP is, I think, capped at soldier rank, 14k. The tier 2 nodes CP cap will be knight, or 30k, right? So now take a moment, take a pause. If the CP cap on a tier 2 node is 30k, if the CP cap is 30k, and with seasonal characters, it is possible to get to 25k, maybe 30k by the end of the season. Now, I'll have to reach out to Zexty to see what the final CP he got on his new account on the seasonal character. At 26k. So if the tier 2 CP cap is 30k, you could have a guild of 15 highly motivated PvP players that complete the season sorry. There we go. That could feasibly compete for a tier 1 or tier 2 node. Because remember, CP cap on tier 1 is 14k, CP cap on tier 2 is around 30k at night. Right? Soldier is 14.6, Knight is 30.5. It's a great change for smaller guilds. In fact, if you had a group of friends that played together in another game, let's say about 15 people of experienced like guild players, could come in, all start brand new season accounts, and because of their knowledge of each other, coordination, and tactics, start owning tier 1 and tier 2 nodes. Because the maximum number of participants per guild changes everything. Now, guilds like ours can no longer look for like easy peasy, like we might look at some nodes that are held by smaller guilds, and we might be like, oh wait, these matchups are no longer favorable because it's capped at 15 people, right? If it's capped at 15 people, it's not going to be beneficial. Like it does us no um does us no good. Because those smaller guilds, um can only bring 15 people as well, especially if they're CP cap. Okay, let's. Sorry, I should have stayed in the fortress. So there will be some nodes that have max participants, some nodes that have a maximum CP, and some nodes that will have both on a rotational basis. Okay. So look, Plains of Agris, 15 participants, but it's not CP capped. This is tier 3, so right. There's Thursday, Friday, Altar of Agris, max participant 50. Okay. Forest of Seclusion, right? No tier 1, max participant 50. Next Banquet, Gawaz Hill, no tier 1 every Monday. EA, after how many years did they finally care about low guilds? This is the next Banquet. So we're currently holding a node on Monday. I'm hoping that we compete for one on Friday, win or lose. Then we would have we would be able to compete for Gawaz Hill. Am I going to main Wusa Awakening? That I'm not sure. Now here is tier 2, next Banquet Hall. It's on Sunday, right? Max participant 40. Look, there are already guilds bidding. Okay, no tier 2 Valaya farmlands, max participant 50. Max participant 20. But look, CP limited to 15k. So if it's a 20 versus 20 on a tier 1, and Shadow Garden has 20 active players, they have a chance. They have a chance of winning this. Uprising OG, max participant 20. But that's not CP capped. Look, here's the CP capped one. Max participant 25. Tier 2. Here's another one. Naga Swamplands. On Sunday, max participant 20, and it's CP capped. Okay. But when you look here, the ones with the yellow instead of the white, those are the ones with Banquet Hall. Now, look at this. The ones with the next Banquet Hall, tier 2, right? This one is max participant 50. So a whale guild is probably going to win that one. And here's Brady Fortress on Thursday, where max participant is 40 on tier 1. That one's going to be competitive. Look at that. Here's this. Tier 2 max participant 50. Any questions so far? I'll bring this back up until I go into Garmoth. Okay. So remember that basic cannons, there will be a limit that you can summon, but there doesn't seem to be a limit of summons for donated cannons. What I'm looking for, though, is this practice node war. All right, let me finish this, and then we'll go back in and we'll talk more about the node war mechanics. You know what I need to do? I need to decide um, if I'm going to use my class change ticket and what I'm going to use it on. Oof. Got it. Are they going to fix the limit of boss rushes you can send your alt character? Um, I'll put that in as feedback to the creator channel. But I actually think a limit of 4 hours is is a good limit. I will finally get to level 99 on this one. So now the only one that I have left to finish is this one, and I'm taking my time on that. All right, let me make sure I did Soryu. Yeah, I think 4 hours of dispatch is fine because 4 hours of dispatch actually gets through a lot of boss rushes. So hmm, 800, that's not bad. You have 5 million tickets. I'm not using up my stamps with Elion. This is Hat on Boss Rush. This is if I want to switch to Elion. You have 5 million tickets, that will take a full week. 5 million tickets. That's 5,000 runs. Wait, so 5,000 runs divided by how many bosses do we have? 25? 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. we have 26 bosses. So let's say 25. You have 5 million. Okay. So that's 5,000 rushes divided by 25 bosses. That'll be about 200 runs per. Okay. So just for context weapon, on my alt character, I had 250 plus rushes for every single boss. And it's going to take 3 dispatches to complete 250 runs per boss. 3 dispatch. That's 12 hours. Food for that. Won't take a week. Well, that's if you have Combat Plus. And I'm assuming you have Combat Plus. Until next year. All right. So we talked about node wars. We talked about cannons. Now let's talk about building cannons, because that's the next important thing. Dang bugs. Okay. So in order to build cannons, you need to use your node manager. Okay. So here is Q's breakdown of what you need to know to successfully use node managers to build cannons for node wars. Number 1, you need to know what materials you need to focus on in order to manage your nodes effectively. My recommendation is to focus on manufacturing the yellow Catan Army Cannon, because you can make those without the Royal Manufacturing Certificate, and what is required to manufacture it is reasonable. It is a fairly reasonable ask in order to do it. Okay. Now, the Catan Army Cannon requires 20 iron ingots, 10 plant-based gunpowder, 16 lumbers, and 12 blaze. Okay. So how do I make these 3? Iron ingots, plant-based gunpowder, and lumber. Yang Gaming, you say just keep resending? No. Oh, you mean about the bosses? Yeah. I mean, really weaponized niceness, like 5 million boss stamps with dispatch should take you 3, maybe 4 dispatches. Seriously. With Combat Plus. So, all right, so let's look. Iron ingot, plant-based gunpowder, and lumber. Okay. The lumber requires log and tree sap. Okay. So remember this, tree sap is what we need to get from node. Iron ingots require rugged boulder and rift powder. Rift powder. We need to get rift powder from node. Plant-based gunpowder requires plant powder and shadow veil powder along with logs. Now, you notice right now, there are 2 ingredients that require logs, and one of the ingredients requires 2 things from node. So you need 4 things from node for the ingredients, and then a 5th how many cannons have I crafted yet? 0, because I have not reached artisan. I'm at pro level 8, right? So I'm going to reach artisan soon. Okay. So tree sap, rift powder, plant powder, shadow veil powder, and blaze. Okay. Q's tip number 2 in understanding how the node manager works. Number 1, you can get to your node manager from your world map. Good job, PA. Great job, PA. Okay, just go to your world, so you don't have to go to camp. Just go to your world map and activate node management, and boom. Okay, and from here you can collect all resources, which I will do right now. Now I can return workers, or I can send them all out again. Tip number 2, don't just resend them out. Tip number 2, don't just resend them out. Here is why. It is because node manager affects their happiness and exhaustion a lot more than before. So if you're not careful, you could have a lot of workers losing loyalty because you keep resending them out without checking. And if they lose loyalty, they become less effective. Okay? So, you remember, we need 5 ingredients from node manager. Well, if you look really closely, you'll notice that the materials that you get from node manager are split by regions. So, Southwest Calpheon tree sap. North Calpheon rift powder. When they get tired, you'll have to wait their cooldown after 24 hours. No, you just give them gifts. Just give them gifts. Don't worry about cooldown. Just bring them back to camp, give them gifts, and then send them back out. Don't worry about cooling them down for 24 hours. That's tip number 4. Bring them back to camp, give them gifts, and then send them back out. Region number 3, Sorendia, Shadow Veil powder. Now remember, Shadow Veil powder plus insect powder, plant powder is required for basically the gunpowder. Stamina, you can burn stamina to have them farm it out, but then they will be very unhappy that you did that. Well, instead of waiting for the cooldown for them to get happy again, you just give them gifts and then send them back out. Like, screw you, I'm just gonna keep working you like a dog, and you just go. So stamina is a way that whales can get an advantage. You're welcome, weapon. Here's tip number, so region number 4, North Medaya, is blaze powder. And then South Medaya is the insectivorous plant powder. Okay? So you can only send one person out to each node to dispatch. You need different amounts of materials in order to make the cannon, right? And a lot of these nodes, this is not guaranteed, with the exception of these combat ones. The combat ones, they only farm the material. So tip number 5, max out the level of the combat nodes. So for node investment, for combat node, make it level 10. That will max out how much you can farm. Tip number 6, on the other nodes, get them up to level 5, especially the log nodes. Now, why do we want to get log nodes up to level 5? Well, because we know that there are 2 ingredients that require logs. So you want to do more logging in order to make sure that you're keeping up with what you need. Tip number 6, I would not send them out for the max amount. Even though you can collect all resources over the course of time, I would not send them out for the max amount that you can. And that is because their happiness is going to be severely affected, making them less effective. Okay? So I'm going to go back into my camp, right? I'm going to look at my workers, and I'm going to see if there's anybody that is, okay, yellow, fine, whatever. But if there's anybody that's purple, then I get gifts out of my storage, and then I give it to them. They all turn green, and then they send out. I mean, they're going to stop working after time. No, I'm trying to remember where. Um, What did they talk about? I could have sworn I remember seeing something about their exotic. Well, they might. Oh, they might not go out if they're not loyal enough and they're exhausted. They won't go. No matter how much you discipline them, they won't go. Um, just focus. Always. Oh, That's not more stamina. You can't discipline them to get them to go if they're that unhappy and they're that disloyal. You just have to give them gifts until they max out and then send them back out. That's why I say don't just resend automatically. You'll want to check in camp first, right? To make sure that you don't have anybody that's severely unhappy. Okay? Because if I do max, right, this is going to be 3 days and 16 hours. And I'll just do it for actually, I'll do it on where's Blaze Path? Okay. Number one, costs a lot more food, right? They're also going to be gone for 3 days, right? So 20 times 15, right? That's 300. It immediately turns yellow. So then if you do it again, they'll definitely be red or maybe purple. Okay. These are just my recommendations. Like if you're a whale and you're willing to like do that, like it can kind of be a pain. Okay. Now I need to get to artisan in order to be able to craft. So let me see. So look at how few rift powder I got, right? That's not rift, that's shadow veil powder. Okay, iron ingots uses the rift powder, right? And see, the thing is that what you may want to do is yeah, that even that's not enough, right? Though I'm close. And since this one uses rift powder, I don't well, I wonder if that'll get me far enough. Get me to nope. Yes, got it. Okay, now you should hit artisan tomorrow. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Boom. Okay. Now remember, you can only have one at a time. And look at that HP. Only 4 million HP. That's the same HP as the regular cannon. Yeah, so I'm doing the Catan. Now, remember, it takes a lot. So my recommendation is maybe for these, okay, maybe for the battle ones, as long as you don't just send them back out right away, I think that can be fine. You just have to be really careful. Now remember, that's going to be 300 over the course of 4 days. That's about 75 per day just from these. So that it's not going to be enough to just do those. You will want to make sure you now if you do max 99, right? Like let's see. Okay. So it looks like as long as you don't, it'll be enough to craft one or two in a week. Now, here's the thing: the guild can only have one of each at a time. So it is not useful to. Yeah. So if you're going to make multiple cannons, that's where, with coordination with your guild leadership, you should be talking about who is going to be um, aiming for the royal manufacturer certificate so that they can make the Valencia cannons. Because what you'll want to do is whoever can make the Valencia cannons, like you'll want to have people who are going to make them not have to make the other cannons to donate, right? You'll want them to have make cannons so that they can do the delivery, so that they can get the royal certificate, but also have enough so that they can make a Valencia cannon for every day that they have the certificate. So the goal would be to maximize the number of Valencia cannons that you can make with a royal certificate for competitive guilds. Oops, I forgot to invest. Now, I'm also hopeful that it is hard enough to make these that the whales can't just block us plebes from getting the royal manufacturing certificate. Okay. So now that they've all been sent out, you need to buy more gifts. Why do you need to buy more gifts? I have like thousands of gifts. You shouldn't need to buy them. They come in the Chaos Alien traces. Where is it? Just in case. So you want me to do it because you're scared to do yours? Fearless, baby. Fearless. Thank you, War Child. I failed by plus 27. Okay, folks. I've given you guys my tips on how to do your node manager in order to be the most effective for creating cannons. Um, so the changes that they made to Node Wars is really, really good. It's going to make it more interesting and make it more competitive. Smaller guilds will have a better chance of competing in Node Wars. These are all really, really good changes for the game. Now it's about getting that out there to people so that we can get people who are interested in this kind of PvP and guild-based PvP to try it out, get new players in the game. And then last but not least, once again, that giveaway, the sweepstakes that they're doing is only good tonight. It's only good tonight. And with that, I'm going to call it a night. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys definitely on Monday. And remember, Monday it's double giveaway night. because there are only 4 Mondays in September, so it's double giveaway night. Okay? See you guys then.